I got to thinking I was driving. I saw, I believe it was this couple that was sitting out on the lawn, and as of now, my car said it's 88 degrees out. And I happened to look at a woman. She's an older woman. She must be in her late 50s, early 60s. But I had seen her at the store. She was sitting. I don't know if she has back issues or leg problems. She can't walk too good or whatever it is, but she holds a homeless sign. And I know my mom had spoke with her saying that, she tries to get enough money from people to be able to stay in a hotel at night. And I honestly I cannot even imagine what it's like. What would we do in such a situation to where we don't have a vehicle, we don't have the means to get a job. I mean, what job is going to hire somebody that possibly doesn't have an address, you know, and doesn't have a place to be able to shower, so you're not hygienically clean. So, what place would hire somebody like that? Somebody that is less fortunate. And, sometimes we forget what it's like. Do we just go on in our days thinking, I'm fine? Yet there's people out there that don't have anything. You know, Depending on where you live, I mean, you may see people sitting out holding cards saying that, they're homeless, possibly they'll work for food, they're asking for money. And, we can easily say that, it's because of, they're lazy, that they don't want to work, so they're asking for money so they can get drugs. We don't know what the issue is. But I think a good rule of thumb is putting ourselves in their place. What would we do in that place to where we don't have the means to have a place to stay? We don't have a means of, finding a job. I mean, I work for Uber, but they don't have that luxury to be able to possibly get in their cars and work. I mean, if you're doing Uber, it's very hard depending on how many deliveries you get per day. You're lucky if you can even pull in probably $100 if you work the entire day, depending on how busy it is. But, these people, I just noticed this lady, and I guess it was her husband or her friend or whatever. They're sitting out on the lawn. It's 88 degrees out. It's hot. I noticed this lady's face was so red. And that's not good for people. I knew of this one homeless guy where I live. And the last I saw him, he was laying out in the sun. And then I ended up finding out that he passed away. And so I'm guessing he died of sunstroke. And, so many people of the world, they can look down on the less fortunate. They won't bother to help them. They won't give them anything. And so I'm not saying that all of them are in that predicament. All of them, are asking for money for a place to stay, like a hotel room, or looking for money for food and water or whatever. I'm not saying all of them would do that. There are some that possibly use it for drugs. But even in that situation, I mean, there's always a need there. What is the reason why they're going into drugs? I mean, we don't know. And I think, like I had said, a good rule of thumb is, the golden rule: do for others as you would have them do for you. What would we do in that place where we don't have anything? What would we want somebody to do for us? So, I can't imagine being out in that heat like they are. I mean, what would I do in that place? I mean, gosh, they're holding on to their belongings, which is all that they have in this world. And as hot as it is, I mean, you want to try to go to a place that's cool, but They're stuck outside. Maybe they tried to go to a McDonald's or a fast food restaurant to get out of the heat, to get into cool, but they're kicked out because of what they look like. And it's just a lack of mercy, So, I mean, this is what Mammon does. This is the judgment that Mammon puts on people, because you have the ideal man, somebody that everybody wants to be like. They're rich, so the bottom of the barrel is the homeless. So you don't want to be like that. So you're going to do whatever you can to be in that place to where you're fortunate. So God, help us to see. Open our eyes. Help us to have compassion. Let us not be judging. Let us put ourselves in their place to find out what it would be like. So, Lord, just bless these people. I ask your provision for them, to get them out of the heat, and in the wintertime, get them out of the cold. Keep them protected, Lord, in Jesus' name. So thanks for watching.